Yo, what up, what up, what up? This is your boy King Series straight from Busy Home Beats, and in today's tutorial we are going to learn about gain staging. Yes, right from our beat to our vocals. So if you are new to the channel here, please make sure you subscribe to support your boy, and also like this video and also comment. And if you are old too here and the channel have been helping you a lot and you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe to support your boy, like and also comment and also share. Yes, to support your boy. So without wasting my time, let's just get into the video. So when we say gain staging, what is gain staging? Let me just read the definition for you. I've googled it online, I'm reading it for you, and you can see it on your screen too. So I'm reading it for you. After that, we listen to the song and I just go into details for you. When we say gain staging, this is a definition from Cymatics. They say, to begin, a gain stage refers to any point in a production where you can control the volume level of a device or a track. A gain stage refers to any point in a production where you can control the volume level of a device or track. So meaning it's all about you balancing your volume level. You get it? Controlling your volume level. Yes. So let's listen to this track. I've taken all the effect from it. After that, I'll put the effect on my vocals on it. Then after that, I just show you how I do gain stage my stuff. You get it? So without any effect. Rough road. Life is a journey on a rough road. To get to your destination, you have to be bold. Oh. Yeah, war zone. So German in a war zone. Fear not, if you fear, then I tell you, say you go die. Oh. Life no be easy, yeah. It's full of sweat and pain. Okay, so this is one of my own songs which I'm trying to do an EP, yes, and that's the reason I've not been able to bring more tutorials for you guys, and I've been working on other people's two projects. That's why I've been delaying putting tutorials online. Yes, but pardon me, as time goes on we'll be putting more than this. Okay, so now I've activated the effect. Let me just activate this part too and listen to it with the effect on it. Rough road. Life is a journey on a rough road. To get to your destination, you have to be bold. Oh. Yeah, war zone. So German in a war zone. Fear not, if you fear, then I tell you, say you go die. Oh. Life no be easy, yeah. It's full of sweat and pain. Yes, it sounds okay and it has been balanced. I'm not done mixing, but it's all about you gain staging it at this level. I think it has been balanced. Yeah, but I'm still in the process of mixing. I just wanted to show it to you guys. So this is how I do gain stage it. I start gain staging right when I start producing the beat. I mean making the beat. You get it? Cooking the beat. So if you look here, this is where I start gain staging. When I start producing the beat, making the beat, I start right from this here. If you are using FL Studio, then you know this thing, the channel rack. Yes, but if you are using Logic and other stuff, I've not used it before, so I don't actually know inside. So I start right from here. You know, we have this part to be the panning level, and we have this part to be the volume control level in FL Studio here. So when I start playing the beat for my drum side, okay, when I just put it inside, I have to make sure that I control the volume level here, play the beat alone. And actually here nothing is actually disturbing, you get it? So I make sure that I have to tweak the volume here so that nothing is actually disturbing me. I have to make sure yes, nothing is actually disturbing me, nothing is too loud or nothing is too quiet. For it depends, maybe if I want something to be at the background, then meaning I use a reverb or I just bring it down and it doesn't disturb me. But gain staging, start from here. You have to make sure that your channel rack here, you just control some of them and it plays okay for you. So if you want to design the sound of any of them, putting EQ or just putting any reverb or anything on just to design the sound to sound different, that one is a different case. But this time around, it's all about leveling. You get it? Leveling our beat and everything. So I start right from here, making sure that I tweak the ones it's not okay for me. Sometimes too, I just use the velocities to do that, not all about just this part. I use the velocities to do that because, you know, if this thing is playing over here and I just bring the velocity down from this part, it won't play loud. You get it? So sometimes I just use the velocities to do that. Most of the times I do this with the melodies and everything. So with the melodies, you can see that when I bring the volumes down, when I bring the velocity down, definitely it is going to affect the volume. You get it? So that one, I might not tweak the volume here, and I will just leave it like that because I think it sounds okay and it has been balanced with the other instrument which is there. So when you come to the mixing track too, then I make sure. Some people have been using the meters and everything. Find that way to be using the meter, because if you stick to rules, you'll be always be making your mix sound some way. If you don't actually mix with your feelings or emotions, you'll be making your mix sound some way. You get it? So I start right from the channel rack. When it comes to it, some people will say that make sure your kick is hitting around, let's say, let me just play. So your kick is hitting around, let's say 6 or anything. Me, it's just a personal choice. For this song, it's not a song that's supposed to be noisy. It's just some kind of clean song. So I know that the song is clean. So what I'm choosing is, I don't want it to be too loud, whereby the kick will be hitting too hard, the snare will be hitting too hard, and just heavy sounds and making the thing sound bad. So what I'm choosing now is, I'm making sure that my kick is hitting around -12 on the master track here. Not on the master track, yes, the kick is actually hitting 12 decibels minus 12 dB. You get it? Around that part. Then the rest will follow at the down part. Sometimes too, I make sure my kick hits around, when I'm doing hip hop and those rap songs and everything. Sometimes I let it hit around 9. I let my kick hit around 9. But this kind of song, I want it to be soft and cool for me, so that at the mastering stage, it wouldn't be too loud, like heavy song. And you get it? You're supposed to understand all those things. If you are doing a foreign gospel song, you shouldn't be choosing too heavy kick and everything. So if you stick, whenever you are against staging, and you stick to those rules that each and every time your kick supposed to be hitting around 9, then the rest follow, and you just be making yourself some mistake, because some kick might be hitting around -9 or -6 dB. Let's say -6 dB. But if you listen to the kick, it doesn't sound loud. Or some too might be hitting around -15 or -18, but it sounds too heavy and too loud. With that one, what are you going to do? Are you going to still bring it to, let's say they are saying you're supposed to hit around -9, so you bring it there while the thing is just making noise and disturbing you? Yes, you don't have to be sticking to those rules. Just use your ears and your feelings. If you mix with your feelings and ears, trust me, you understand what you're actually doing. Just understand why you are doing this thing. So for game staging, I know this song, I just don't want it to be too noisy and too loud or anything, because the instrument is actually simple and everything. So the kick is sitting around 12. Then I just bring my rim inside. Rim is around if you check top there, it's -13. So 12, -13, kick hitting, then this 13. It's okay. Then the next thing, so overall, this is what I'm having. It's hitting around -9 decibels. It's okay for that point. This guy too is hitting around -13. So this guy and this guy are the same. This snare and the rim, they are the same thing. The side stick, not rim, sorry. They are the same thing. They are hitting at the same time. So for the drums, so with this only, this is what we are having now. And it is hitting around -8. You get it? And everything sound clean. So gain staging, your volume level and everything start right from the beginning. When you put the drum sample over here and you are just playing the beat, make sure you just tweak your volume levels or your velocity levels, just to make sure that nothing is actually disturbing your ears. Sometimes too, we just bring this thing here and just cut some of this just to get some clean sound. You get it? That one too also matters. And you see that I call some of this thing because some of them might be having some delays and other stuff in it, just to get it clean. After you selecting your clean sound and everything, make sure you tweak the channel rack, that part. Yes, you just tweak that part and make sure it's okay before you bring it to the mixing board over here. So on your mixing board too, you just make some changes to it and decide for yourself that this song I want it to be too heavy or too loud, so I will let my kick to be hitting around -9, my snare and other stuff also fall below it. You get it? So then you just go from there, that nothing is hitting harder than the snare and the kick. Yes, and after that you just move to your melody. So the drum, you can see that it sounds okay and nice. If I'm adding the bass to it, where's the bass? Yes, this is the bass. And for this, because I don't want it to be too loud and too heavy, while the kick is hitting around -12 dB, the bass is hitting around 18, -18. That's what I'm choosing. So it shouldn't be too perfect, that perfect 18. It depends on what you want. You get it? Nothing is disturbing here. Nothing is disturbing. If you listen to the ones that I've activated, nothing is actually disturbing. So it starts right from your channel track, then you move to your mixing board. So if I add this melody to it, so with this, if you come to this part, you can see that this piano is actually soft. You get it? And I've lowered the velocity a little bit. For this piano, it's really soft. From this guy, it's soft, so you need not to be doing too much to it. So I just left it like that. Design it by cutting the low ends and putting a reverb on it. So on its own, it sounds nice. It's not disturbing, it's not too out and everything. Depends on the mix that you want. If you want the melody to be popping out, whereby it is not actually crashing with other frequencies, then don't be putting too much instrument in it. If you put too much instrument in it, know how to make sure you balance it. This is how I do balance it, right from the channel rack then to your mixing board. And let me add the other melodies to it. So this one is actually being a little bit louder than the piano here, and you can still hear all of them. You can hear everything. The frequencies are not crashing, right? You can still hear everything. So let me just go to the channel rack and see what I did over there. I did nothing to it. That one too is okay. So all what I did was just to lower the volume here. Yes. So just use your ears and just mix. Whenever you are mixing, mix with feelings, your emotions, because whenever you are listening to a song, you can just testify that one yourself. Listening to a song, you just have to make sure you feel the song. Nobody will just sit there and say that the snare is hitting harder than any. You just have to make sure that you just feel the song. If you feel the song, then, because we don't have any perfect mix or perfect gain staging or anything in the world. If everything is balanced for you and you feel it, then you are good to go. Just move ahead. You get it? Yes. So the next one is this guy. You can see that on the channel rack, I just bring the volume down a little bit. So when we came to the mixer track, I did nothing to it because you can hear it and it is also being played at the background level. So this one too is another session on its own. So it depends on what you actually want. It's another session on it. So when we come to this part, that's when you hear this instrument. So just understand, some people have been sticking to the rules that each and every time I have to make sure my kick is hitting 9, 9, 9 and the rest doing this. Meanwhile, maybe you don't want this song to be too loud enough, because we have other songs that which commercial songs which are not too loud. You just have to understand, I don't want it to be too loud that to be just be blowing my speakers or anything. So this time around, my kick's supposed to hit around this, and yes, just understand why you are doing it. You shouldn't be sticking to you are using VU meter or RMS or anything. So nah, you don't have to be doing that. If the song sound okay for you and it's okay, you want to have a loud mix, yes, then at your mixing stage from your instrument, make sure that everything, your kick and everything is actually loud and enough. So balancing your track depends on you right from the start, the instrument that you are selecting and how you are just placing everything on the mixing board. Know how to balance. Make sure nothing is actually disturbing your ears. The most important thing that you're supposed to do is the kick being my main thing, my snare or clap, or yes, and the melody just being backing it a little bit and rest. So if you listen to this, nothing is disturbing you. It's actually nice. Then if you move to the vocals too, when we did listen to it without any effect, it was actually inside. With this, it's clean. The vocals have been recorded clean. There's not a good singer here. I'm not a good singer. I love to rap more than singing, but it sounds okay and nice. Rough road, life is a journey on a rough road to get to your destination. And for this mix, I don't want to use any auto tune on it. So what I have first on it is just gate, just to block the background noises. You get it? So with this, I can actually make it blend with the beat. So simple. Because when I record it without any effect, you can hear the vocals and you can also hear the beat, everything playing nicely. I don't want to use any auto tune on it, so I just put this EQ on it, EQ some of the frequencies out, and I put the compressor on it. So what I did here to make sure that this thing balance, again staging the volume with the beat, what I did here is after compressing it, I did compress it too much because I don't want to be putting too much effect on it. So that's why I'm using these 3 plugins over here, except the gate, the Pro Gen. So compress it around -40 dB. I didn't touch the threshold. I touched the attack around 3, then the release around 105. So what I did after this is I just remove it from auto. You get it? Remove it from auto and just make sure that I do it manually. I don't want it to be automatic. I do it manually, the volume level. So with this, rough road, life is a journey on a rough road. Without the compressor, the vocals is actually a little bit down more, but you can still hear it. You get it? You can still hear it. It's a little bit down. So just to make sure that it's balanced, or yes, I can stage the volume level, I'm using the mixer here. Some people too can just go through their mixing board like this and just push everything up or something, but I'm not pushing anything up. I'm using the compressor to just stage because I've compressed it and I'm bringing up the volume up. So it's around +10, and this is how it sounds. Life is a journey on a rough road. To get to your destination, you have to be bold. Oh yes, sounding nice for me. Then the DSI is just removing sibilances, which is not actually adding some typical volume to it. So the next one is our reverb and everything. If you don't know, when you do a reverb send and you just put it on it like this, what you have to understand is doing this, it also adds some volume to it. You get it? It adds volume to it. So know how you are just adding the volume. So if I'm supposed to mute, let me just go here and mute the delay, and let me just come to it, and let's see if you can see the difference now. So I've muted the reverb, and let me just bring the volume of the and see. Yeah, war zone. That's what German in a war zone. And let me activate the delay. Zone. Fear not, if you fear, then I tell you, say you go die. Let me just. Life no be easy, yeah. It's full of sweat and pain. Yeah. Rough road. Life is a journey on a rough road. To get to your destination, you have to be bold. It adds some little volume to it, which you might not notice it. You get it? Sometimes when you just put it on it, you notice it easily. Sometimes to you, that's not bad. As a German in a war zone. Fear not if you fear. Have you seen the difference? So listen. I've bring it way up. If you then I tell you, say you go die. Life no be easy. So with this, you just have to understand that it add a little volume, so you control the amount of reverb or the delay that you are adding to it as FXM, because it add some volume to it. You understand that part? Yes. So this thing around -10 sounds okay for me. It's full of sweat and pain. And if I add a reverb, rough road, life is a journey on a rough road to get to your destination. So this time, this is the reverb that I'm actually using. I'm not done mixing. I like the way it sounds, big stereo and everything, but it's okay for me with this track. So rough road, life is a journey on a rough road to get to your destination. You have to be bold. Yes. So gain staging, this is how I do gain stage. I have to make sure that I know the level of my kick and everything that I want it to be, without just following those kind of musical rules that everybody is trying to follow, because some songs are actually louder than some. So I know this song, I don't want it to be hitting too much loud. I just want you to be listening to the lyrics and everything, the vocals. So if it is gospel, you know how to select your gospel sounds, you get it, not too much hard. If it is hip hop and if it is a drill beat that I'm playing, my meter wouldn't be around this part, trust me, because drill beat, I really love it to be hitting too hard. If you listen to drill beat, their kick and everything hit too hard, so maybe it might be hitting maybe around -3 decibels for the beat part before the vocals even comes inside. You might think you are clipping, but I wouldn't be clipping. After that, you move to your mastering stage and you know how to balance it, but you shouldn't be hitting around 0 for the beat or anything. Just know where you want your level to be, you get. So just be practicing with this and you get to understand everything, know how to balance your kicks and everything, and you are good to go. So that's that for today. If you want us to go into details and everything, then you can just hit me up on my Instagram here and let us chat business and learn together. So this is your boy Kinsey, straight from Busy Home Beat. I hope you did get some value from this. Yes, and I'm out.